like here. I'm really curious to see how they're going to start this out, considering the fact they were planning on doing this train thing, and now that's not happening. So shifting gears pretty abruptly here, but I think that's kind of what they figured after it didn't work. So they're just taking the bomb really slowly, taking this round really slowly. I think this is the best approach to this round.
Well, you see very little movement being made. Fugly is, in fact, sitting in the lurk position with Hiko setting up to do some sort of support flashes. First sets of flash grenades come out. You see Abe completely blind. You're going to see the push underway.
Yeah, they're pushing out. They're trying to do something here. They seem like everybody from 3-7 just gets destroyed. And now it's Jason R. in a 1v5 in a dream. And it's not going to happen. He goes down. A nice job there by Liquid of just pouncing at the right time, getting out there, playing the patience game, and rocking.
Yeah, Liquid's good at this this map right here. They bought a couple of flashes and used them to great effect breaking out. And already in the first round, we saw Liquid settling into these new roles. Hiko in the support position. I saw Fugly lurking way back towards long A, just making sure that nobody pushed up behind them. And there you have it. The team's working very nicely and very similar setup for round 2.
Yeah, I mean, that was just flawless by Liquid in all aspects. So 3-7's got Abe tagged a little bit there, so Jason R is playing at A site solo. Fugly obviously covering the flank, a good move on him, and they're going to try to do an execute onto this B side. It looks like Liquid's going to have a pretty good chance of being able to execute this unless Abe can ruin their day, and it doesn't look like he can, although he did get a lot of 5-7 rounds off. So now they just got to get in and get this site and get this bomb down and play smart here, and they should be able to collect this round, Sabo.
Yeah, the bomb's going to go down, and it's up to Jason R and Davey to do the retake. Alicia's flanking around behind. Jason just might be able to get the kill over here. Fires, gives his position away. Shots are taken. Alicia's dropped down low, but Alicia gets the better of him with a pistol headshot, no less. So that leaves Davey all alone. He picked up an AK-47, though. Might be good to save.
For those of you that are watching, I just want to go ahead and reiterate what just happened. People talking in chat that the half between train between Liquid and 3-Sup. There was some issue that we had. I don't exactly know what the issue was, but we are playing Cobble now, and we're going to try to figure out what we can do for the train map here coming up soon. So just to update, guys, we're on Cobblestone right now. We're going to figure out what's going on for train later, but right now that's what we have is we're doing Cobblestone right now, which is map 2 of this best of 2, and Liquid with another nice round. I mean, really nice job, playing B slow. They had, Fugly holding the flank like he likes to do, and it worked out well for him, Sabo. What do you think that 3-7 needs to do in this situation now that they've got an AK on Davey?
Well, I mean, it looks like B site's going to be heavily favored, so they've got to send Davey over there towards B. Liquid, they've been playing very slow. Like, I like the way they use their smokes to just kind of push out onto B platform. This time around, that's not going to be the case. They just rush full out. There's Nitro expecting to do some serious damage. They've got to know that Kiko's got an AK, though.
Yeah, they should know that, but now it's, this situation just went from good to questionable, but then it goes back to good. But 3 players do go down for Liquid, but it dread a nice 2K before he went down, so it wasn't a horrible round. Obviously, getting 3 rounds, T side for them is what they wanted.
Yeah, Kiko actually did a lot of work over there. He's the one that ended up taking the AK-47 this time around and got a 2K out of that round. Does just a little bit of economic damage to Team Liquid. It's not going to hurt him too much, though. I mean, check it out. They're buying out full. Hiko takes a Galil. I'm thinking if I take a look at his money here, yeah, he's rich. I think his job is just to save up to hang on to that cash and buy an off-up for Adren next round. That's the goal anyway. Scoreline 3-0, and looks like might actually be a B fake. The bomb's over towards B. They're throwing some smokes out. Make a lot of noise, but notice Adren and Hiko both positioned just outside of A site.
Yeah, they're playing this a lot slower, and this is probably smart because now they've got 3 people really close on this B site for 3-Sup, and Abe really playing close to that smoke, really trying to get some information. They're playing it really slow, pretty dynamic. Jason are obviously the only one holding A site back there on his lonesome, but with Liquid going up 3-0, this is good for them. But they seem to be preferentiating this B site. I don't think that they're actually going to run a fake here. I think they're going to actually commit. I think they're just waiting for 3-Sup to waste all of their nades, or at least as many nades as they can. It looks like with Adren setting up for that smoke, that does tell me they're going to try to do something.
There's a flash. Smokes on sight. And Kiko's going to back off. We saw how effective he was. This is Abe completely isolated. Should be an easy pickoff. Nitro comes around the corner, gets him, but Kiko pushes smoke, gets another 2K, and this puts us down into a 2v4 situation. Kiko and Adren lagging behind. Adren with the bomb, and he's going to try and force the issue. There's a kill on Kiko, and they're not backing off. 12 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Hiko in a 1v3. We've seen him do stuff like this before. He wants that AK. He doesn't get it, and he does go down. Jason R takes him out. And that player that pushed through smoke there by double doors, I can't exactly remember who that was. Hiko, was it Hiko?
It was Kiko with a K.
Oh, Kiko.
It's very
Hiko,
confusing.
You know, yeah. Well, CT obviously Kiko, but yeah, that was a huge play for him to come through there because that was not expected there for Liquid. So Liquid does lose that round, Sabo, and you know, 3-Sip getting that round, it's good. It's going to force Liquid to have kind of a weird bye.
Yeah, you saw 3-Sip just 4-stack in the B site so heavily. This time they're betting on some sort of an A hit. You see Arya taking the op way up, trying to get the pick out long, but nobody's there. It's going to be a 5-man push, 5-man presence at any rate, up here by B site. A little bit of aggression by Abe, chucking a grenade in. Takes the Liege down just a little bit. 81 health. But look at the way Liquid plays this. They're very, very slow, very methodical. They're making no secret about the fact that they're in the position. Adren fires a couple of shots. And we're actually going to see Hiko leading the way as Adren and Fugly take the bomb back towards A, where now Jason is isolated back of sight.
Yeah, and Hiko getting that pick on Area, who was coming up behind them, you know, way through mid and stuff. That was good because Hiko does do that. And now that it isolates Jason, because he knows Jason's probably going to be the only one on A site because they've been preferentiating this B site. So now they're going to try to do this very slowly and methodically, like you've talked.
Yeah, look at this. They backed off. 3 members going back. Hiko's going to go towards A, but then they're going to go ahead and enter on B anyway. The bomb comes all the way back and is now on platform. There's drop down.
Yeah,
action underway.
Yeah, they just got side control, but Kiko with a nice 2K. That was huge to try to delay this A or this B hit that's happening right now. It's Adren here at Hiko working on this A site. This is some confusing stuff going on here, but Nitro is going to get the bomb down and planted. So Kiko with 2 kills already. Can he get a third? That would be huge for him to be able to do at this point of the map. Adren does take him out, so that's going to even out to a 2v2. And Nitro,
nice.
Oh, Adren another kill, and there it is. So the T's get the round. Liquid 4-1. A nice job there. Really nice team play of playing that slow and methodical. Kiko almost ruined their dreams, but they got it done.
Yeah, that was really, really interesting play over there. I mean, you saw Liquid set up for their typical kind of B hit. They waited a long, long time, rotated all the way out of B site, then they rotate all the way back into B site and take it. It seemed kind of silly, but it did draw Davey all the way back into A, isolating him. Kiko did a really good job with that 2K, but it just wasn't enough because they didn't have enough players in sight to deal with Adren's off that round. 4-1 scoreline, and this is going to wreck the economy for 3-Sip. They're on a full save with Kiko only hanging on to a USP.
Yeah, that's why winning that round was so big, because they forced them into a save and their economies are in shambles pretty much. Not totally wrecked, but wrecked enough where they do have to save. Kiko trying to make an aggressive play there on plat doesn't work out for him. So Elige and everybody's going to just slowly try to come out onto B and see if they can wrap and get a kill. Nitro with the bomb does expose himself quite a bit. For some reason, nobody's seen him. And I think that's because they're playing this slow, as it's a 2v5. And all Nitro has to do is plant the bomb and just wait.
Yeah, Nitro is finally going to go over and plant the bomb at Statue. There's Elige taking Davies' head off down at drop down, and Arya's all alone. Hasn't been able to pick up any kind of weapons or anything. Look at this. It's setting up for a flawless round. Hiko on the flank returns to his lurking roots over there, finding Arya, taking him down with the AK-47. That's going to make your scoreline now 5-1. Keep in mind, I mean, this is Cobblestone. This was Liquid's map choice, and it's a map that they've performed very, very well on in the past, even wrecking teams like CLG in the past. So, 3-Sip, they've really got their work cut out for them as they set up for another, looks like some sort of aggressive CT push based on the massive amount of frag grenades.
And this coming down from Spangler in the chat that Train will be played out afterwards. It was 10-5 for 3-Sip on Train. So just to let you guys know that map will be played out after we commence and finish up Cobblestone. But Liquid looking really strong so far with a 5-1 setup here. But Jason R could get a lot of information if he does get this. He does get one. He does get two.
Wow.
That was a huge play for Jason R. And Jason R does get bomb control, and he gets that lower mid control. So this is really nice for him, but he doesn't know that these other two players for Liquid are long A, and hopefully he doesn't get sandwiched in reverse style here real quick, but it's looking like this round should go in the way of 3-Sup, barring some crazy plays by Adren, which he can do.
Eco, very smart, dropping that smoke, trying to pick up the bomb. He knows Jason R somewhere around there, picks the bomb up, sneaks back out. Adren's taken fence position, and Hiko's trying to work his way back in. Adren's just looking around the corner. At this time, all the CTs are converging on Adren. He's going to go down. It's up to Hiko to make the big play. Not meant to happen this time around. That was an absolutely huge eco for 3-Sup. And one thing I'd like to call your attention to, the camera didn't pick it up. Davey was the one who finally made the kill on Fugly with a massive grenade stack, taking Fugly the lurk out. And I think that was towards Skyfall. So that also helped to even up the odds pretty heavily in favor of 3-Sup right there.
Yeah, that was a good round for them. They could have done it without Jason R there. So that was a good job for him. And we're going to see Team Liquid again just trying to go, and it looks like they're doing a fast B hit maybe with a smoke. Yeah, it looks like they're still going to try to do this, and they know if they can do this quickly, they could really do some damage. Excuse me. It was a good flash there, and Abe is trying to hold this as passively as he can. He's going to throw a flashbang off that column, and they're just trying to keep these players pinned in for everybody else to come through tunnels, which is Area and Jason, to try to get around him and do a pincer movement on him. But Liquid may be playing this a little too slow. Nonetheless, Fugly does take out Abe trying to peek, and then Adren takes out Davey through the smoke. So that was a huge job and a nice job. There's the move coming in behind the pincer movement, and now it's Jason R and Area trying to retake. They've got a good chance of doing this with Area with this op and stuff, but you know, they're going to have to get in here quick.
Did you see how long Fugly just stood there in the smoke waiting for something to happen? I think he knew exactly where that player was. There's Arya. Nice kill. Headshot on Elige. Mopping up the mess. Adren's all alone. Arya's going to go for the defuse, and Adren's in a really bad position. No, he's able to spot the legs of Arya. Takes him out through the statue, and that leaves Jason all alone. Running quickly out of time. He's got a 2K. He's going to try and retreat. Hang on to this gun, and Adren gives his life for the bomb. That's all right. It gets another point on the board, and more importantly, establishes some economic momentum for Team Liquid. Well, 3-Sup, they're actually not doing too bad.
Yeah, I mean, that was a decent round for 3-Sup, but when you do that pincer movement like that and you get them pinned in, you've got to be beating yourself over the head because of how frustrated you are you didn't get that round. Obviously, the kills that they got were good, but in a situation like that, the round's more important, and so they would have really liked to get that pincer movement a little bit quicker to get that done. Nonetheless, though, not a horrible round for them, but it is
Fugly with those balls of steel.
Yeah, that was a good play by him. And now, Elise tries to come out and gets rocked by Area, so that was not looking good for him, but he had an MP7, so trying to get some information. I think that was kind of the point of that. Again, playing outside of this B site, Sabo, they're playing this very slow, and they're doing pretty much a similar style of play again, maybe a little bit slower, but you kind of wonder why they're not going towards A.
Yeah, so far this game, Liquid's only made, one real attempt on A, but it got shut down very quickly. In fact, they got eco'd on A site. So, I mean, if you're going to get eco'd on A, maybe it's not your strongest site. They've had a lot more success on B, and there's Nitro getting a nice opening pick, knocking Abe out of the game. Arya's got a good angle, though. If Nitro peeks up here, he's going to get his head taken off by an op. Needs to use some sort of a flashbang to take Arya out of the picture.
Yeah. And if they don't do that, it could prove devastating. But Adren does have that drop-down control. But Davey's outside of it there, so Area does take out Nitro. It's going to make it hard. Fugly comes out, takes out Kiko. They know it's a B hit now. It's pretty much confirmation. Area, another one for him. That's already 3. Can he get more?
This is excellent offing by Arya. Now it's 2v2. No!
Oh
Hiko's going to be the last man standing for Team Liquid. Gets spotted at edge of smoke. Arya spraying him down. Davey is going to get the final kill right there, knocking him up, and that's knocking him out, rather. That's a 4K.
Oh, God.
That's a 4K
I like
for
how
Arya.
you say that. I like how you say that because Area was 2 HP away on that player to get the ace, and then Davey's like, you're not
gonna
getting
happen.
the ace.
Oh, wow. Ace denied by Davey. That's incredible. I mean, 3-Sup, they were in dire straits at that point. And look at this. Liquid fixing to break the economy of 3-Sup. Not meant to happen. Liquid's going to be forced into another save round. And again, you see super strong presence towards B site. I mean, that's really no surprise. That's kind of the meta of of playing on Cobble. You go towards B almost every single time. Here comes the big drop down push, and that's injury.
Yeah, it is interesting, but Kiko does get one, but gets taken out there. That's not really good for him. Or excuse me, he didn't get one there. He did just go down. So a nice drop-down push there by Liquid, but Area in a nice spot here at back of B side, just trying to hold this off because these players did get some stuff. A nice flick there onto Elige, and Jason R coming in behind him does get one. Could he get Hiko? This would be huge. He turns around and does take him out. A 3K for Jason R, a 2K for Area. And although that drop-down play was efficient, it didn't get it done.
Yeah, they breached into the site just fine, but I think Arya is really the one who ended up winning that round by falling back with the off in Hut. He was able just to hold off the push long enough for Davey to come in mopping up the mess, and then they finally isolate Hiko into that pincer move. I mean, even if Davey took him out, Arya was right there with the off. There's absolutely no question where this player is. So awesome work for 3-Zep. It was a little bit costly, though, considering it was an eco round. You don't want to lose quite that many members. Still able to buy proper.
Yeah, nice job there by Elige, taking out Jason R and getting that AK. That's nice for him, especially since he does have body armor. So, you know, and this is just an interesting half so far. I mean, you know, really going back and forth here. Not exactly what I expected, but nonetheless, I think that's why we love this game, because sometimes it's not what you expect, and that's why you pay attention. Unless Area is going to get boosted. And, oh, this is a nice, interesting area for him to spot with this op there. Abe takes out Elige and does get bomb. He does get the bomb information, so now that they know where the bomb is, they've got to be careful. Abe takes out Hogue, so Adren goes down, and then Area takes out Fugly. Nice. This just pretty much shatters unless Hiko can do a sick 1v4, which he has the ability. He does get a nice headshot onto Abe, and he's going to probably book it to B, but he's going to be met by Area and Kiko.
Yeah, it's no Mission Impossible stuff right here. He's going to throw the flashbang out, announcing his position to everybody. Arya's back in that powerful position, watching with the off. Just barely misses the shoulder. Hiko misses the shot. Now Hiko knows what's going on. Sprays through, does a lot of damage. Check that out. 22 health at this point. Arya not able to get the 3K. Instead, Davey comes back around. And again, you see that Arya, Davey combo in action. Arya being the perfect distraction with the off. You know, once you fire that shot, even if you miss, it's a scary thing. You got to deal with the fact that Arya is in a good position at Hut. You have to take him out of the picture. And that buys just enough time for somebody like Davey to sneak on in and maybe out or anti-lurk the master of lurking, that is Hiko. Boy, that was an awkward sentence.
No awkward sentences. Oh, well.
Oh,
Humans
well.
make mistakes. That's just how it is. Nonetheless, we do commence 6-5 Team Liquid up here. And, you know, 3-Zep's throwing together 3 solid rounds here. And so it's going to be a buy round for Liquid. And, you know, economy's looking okay for both teams. The Liquid not in the greatest of shape, though. So they would obviously like to win this round, is that's pretty much what every single person would say in this situation. But kind of interesting here is that Liquid's not doing A. They're not even caring about A site. They don't even care. It's almost like Jason R's on A site for 3-Zep going, hey, guys, can you come over here and hang out with me? And they're just not going. So interesting that they're not even giving the A side even any respect or care. They're just throwing stuff onto B and just they keep pushing. It's working okay, and they're going to do it again. And here they come.
Yeah,
going to come out there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sabo.
Strong bias towards the B side, that's for sure. Look at that flashbang knocking out all the eyes of Adren. Hiko and Nitro, doesn't matter. They're just going to walk right into the site like they own the place and take everybody down. Jason's all alone. He's the A site player. Dropped to 10 health. Gets pushed on both sides. That's going to be Fugly making the kill. And there's another point on the board as my game crashes. Alex, over to you while I reboot.
Well, that's okay, but yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of answers my question. Well, they're not hitting A site. Why are they not hitting A site? Answer, because it's working. B's working for them, and they're just going to keep doing it. Fugly knifing the wall there a couple times. It seems like he's pretty happy. They're all pretty happy, and, you know, they should be. That was a really nice job. It does force 3-Zep into a really solid save here with nothing to really work with at all. So it's just like it's going to happen again. It's probably going to be a YOLO onto the B side. But they've got a lot of these players here for 3-Zep paying attention to this. Nitro does spot one, does see another one, and then Elige does take out the other one. So it's Jason R left in a 1v5 playing crowd control here, trying to see if he can do anything. Wow. He's probably going to get spotted by Hiko if Jason R does come through that door and Hiko, oh no, Hiko just switched position. Oh, he did spot him. So now he knows where he is, and he gets him. There it is. And all players surviving 2 rounds in a row for Liquid is going to give them a lot of money to work with here. It should make them in pretty good choice or chance here for the rest of the half, barring some incredible stuff by 3SUP. But, 3SUP does get a full buy here. And these M4A4s here, obviously changing the game for these players. I mean, a lot of these players used M4A1Ss. I mean, Hiko, one of the few people that, obviously Hiko's on the T side right now, but, one of the main people that used, the M4A4. Freiberg did, that's my weapon of choice when I play this game. But nonetheless, it's got to be a huge adjustment for these players.
Interesting mentioning Hiko. Looks like he's returned back to lurk role. You see Fugly working support position with Legion Nitro on entry at B side. Hiko and Adrena going to pair up at A, just trying to draw somebody over, maybe? I don't know what Hiko's doing. He's firing a couple of shots, making noise, trying to draw Jason R out so that Legion Nitro can make some sort of entry. Look at this double stack, though. Hiko and Arya stacked up on top of each other, watching B main. And thankfully for Liquid, looks like they're not going to do it. Oh, no! Elige peeks the corner, not expecting Arya in that boost position, gets taken down.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, that was a good pick, and that's going to force Liquid to try to take A. They know that a lot of these players have figured it out. It's a little late in the half to figure this out, but 3SUP does figure it out. They still got enough rounds to try to work with. They'd like to get it to be 7, but nonetheless, here we go. Nitro does get spotted with the bomb. Bomb does go down. Area takes him out. And now it's looking pretty rough for Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid's not fooling anybody here. You saw how quickly Arya rotated back into position and got that first op pick. Now Hiko, once again, all alone. Gets 1, gets 2. Oh, can you do it? Gets 3. Needs 1 more kill. Gonna get his head taken off by Arya. That was so close to another epic clutch by Hiko. He gets the 3K, unable to finish the job on Arya. And that's going to be another point on the board for 3SUP on Cobble. 6 and 8 is your score line. It's round 15. You got to buy up everything that you possibly can. And any guesses where Abe's going to be playing defense with that shotgun?
I don't know.
Maybe
either
Skyfall?
Drop down or, Skyfall. Or he's going to play close up to B because they like to hit B. That was just some good stuff by Hiko there. And if you'd have known where he was, he would have got him, but he didn't. Nonetheless, though, nice job by Hiko to do what he could there. Oh. But Nitro spots Area through the smoke and then gets another sick headshot. What is this man doing? Well, he goes down to the shotgun, but it was still huge. So Abe jumping around with that auto shot. He does get taken out, though, by Elige, and a nade kill by Jason R. Now it's a 2v2. I think Liquid needs to take this slow. They need to take this slow, but they can't. Davey does take him out, and now it's Fugly creeping through the smoke, trying to see what he can do. He does get 1. He's looking for more. And it doesn't happen.
No. Come on.
3SUP takes this back, and it's a 7-8 half for them. That was huge for them, considering the circumstances they were up against. That was nice.
Wow, come on. Scoreline 8 and 7. I really didn't expect this to be happening here on Cobble. That round right there really looked pretty strong for Liquid. You saw Nitro walk in, get that immediate 2K. He gets traded out. That's absolutely fine. But then it all fell apart. I mean, Davey is just on fire as of late. I think we got the box scores coming up right now. Let's see. It's your Alpha Draft halftime report. Arya coming up big with the op, 15 kills. He's got a plus-minus of +6, and he's actually outperforming every single member of Team Liquid right there. So big matchup for 3SUP so far. I mean, if they can take this map, keep in mind they're already in a 10-5 position when we restart Train. They could actually 2-0 this. It's not completely unreasonable if they can just hold on to a super solid T side. It's a tall order.
A tall order, but that order's getting shorter as every second ticks by. 3SUP really just a nice job in those last 2 rounds to contain that score line, and they do make it a 7-8 half. A nice job for them. And a lot of props to Area playing really well. They're 2 4Ks on the half. I mean, what is this man doing? And he just really nice job by him to contain and really playing well so far. So I'm really happy to see the way that he's playing. But Sabo, I think you know where we're going with this conversation.
Where's that?
Well, don't we got to talk about our MVPs?
We'll do that after the end of the first map.
Oh, I want to do it now.
You want to do it now? Well,
No,
it's a teaser.
right.
It's a teaser for all of you. I mean, it's Thursday. It's MSI MVP Thursday. So at the end of the first map of of each series. We'll be talking about our MVPs of the week, so stay tuned for that. But we have a whole other half coming up right next. Current score line, like I said, is 8-7 with Liquid. Yeah, they're in the lead, but I think they're struggling a lot more than anybody might have expected on Cobble, especially with how hot they have been on Cobble recently. And the fact that, yeah, they were feeling Cobble. They chose to play on this map, and yet they were shut down pretty heavily on T's side.
Yeah, I mean, that was unfortunate for them. And, you know, I mean, give a lot of props to 3Sup. I mean, they're doing what they can here, and it looks like we're going to be heading into this pistol round here. And, yeah, I don't know. Sabo, I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited about these MSI MVPs, and I'm excited about this best of two. I mean,
I can tell.
I'm amped, but nonetheless, we are going to commence here with this pistol round, and you know, let's see what's going to happen. A lot of people wanting 3Sup to win, a lot of people wanting Liquid to win, but guess what, guys? It's not our call. It's what happens on the field. It's going to stay on the field. What's going to happen here, CT side? It does appear that Liquid's doing 4 stacked on to B side, but they did spot the bomb. Hiko did spot the bomb on A, so they're going to rotate quickly.
This is smart by 3Sup. I mean, the standard strategy is just to go towards B. Seems like these days everybody stacks B as a CT, and instead it's going to be a hard rush on. Wow, look at Davey. Just firing straight down, taking the entry kill. Lee's just going to back him up, take him down, but it's too late. The bomb's already moving its way towards A site. Hiko's all alone. All they have to do is outgun him, outnumber him, and finally Hiko's going to go down. That was a long firefight, but Abe gets the better of him. Arya taking down Adren, followed by Elige. And what is the deal with Arya today? I mean, he plus Davey have been absolutely on fire, dominating such a good team as Liquid, and that's going to tie us up with an 8-8 score line.
Yeah, what is he doing? I mean, that was sick. I mean,
that was smart to go A and then fake him at B.
Well, it was, but that was just really skilled play there by everybody. They got a P90 here, a Galil, an AK, a Tech 9, and an MP7. What are they going to do with this?
Well, it looks like a standard setup, to be honest. I mean, look at the bomb. It's wanting to work its way towards B. You got Jason, and Jason kind of lurking outside of A site, watching to see if Fugly might want to push up. You see a standard 4 stack for Team Liquid. They actually have 2 watching Skyfall. There's a grenade, does a lot of damage to Nitro, and Davey's not going to commit to the drop, though.
Yeah, probably a good thing for him to not commit to that, as he did get Nitro down to 22. So they obviously know Liquid's going to have to play pretty heavy on one side here and flip a coin. And that's what they're doing, and I think that's what Davey's trying to do, is feel this out. But Davey, if he's not careful, he could be in big trouble, as 3 of these players are trying to work in a drop down, but he does tag down Adren down to 10 health. So these players, you flick on these players, and they're going to go down. And there's Area, Kiko, and Jason are working their way with Abe as a distraction there on the B side, as they are booking it onto A. There's Area and Kiko. They're pushing onto A with the bomb. They looks like they're going to go ahead and plant here. They should spot Nitro here for an easy kill. They do, and that means they're going to get the bomb plant and be able to. They should be able to hold this off fairly easily.
Yeah, that's all about Davey. Same exact thing happened right there. Davey went and did so much work and created such a big distraction at Skyfall. You saw 3 people hanging out there, and I think he actually counted enough heads to make his team feel comfortable to back off towards A site. Arya made the call, and the bomb goes down quickly at A site. At this point, Hiko, Adren, and Fugly, they really can't do much of anything. They've got armor, they've got helmets, maybe just go for some exit frags, but they definitely want to hang on to that stuff for the next round. This should be a 9-8 score line, 4 3s up. Absolutely unexpected. I mean, I'm looking at your CSGO Lounge odds, and the community was betting and predicting 91% to 9% favoring Team Liquid. It ain't over yet, but 3Sup is certainly performing a lot better than those odds would have you believe.
Yeah, and those of you that did your homework knew that 3Sup was better than a 9% chance to beat Liquid in a best of 2. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to do it, but with the way that they're playing, they have a good chance. And I think that's really the bottom line here, is that to win a best of 2, you just got to play pretty good on one map and win, and then you got to play stellar on the other map and win, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter about that philosophy. Davey YOLOing does go down there. Adren takes him out, and this is kind of confusing here for what 3Sup's trying to do, but nonetheless, Kiko gets Elige with the fire, and Area is doing some work there on site, so now it's 2 people left to try to hold this off, and it shouldn't happen. Kiko gets a grenade kill, and Abe does go down there by Fugly. So Fugly's getting aggressive here. Wow, doing a lot of work with that 5-7. He does get something, but not enough. 3Sup wins the round, but they did lose 3 players.
Yeah, that's a 2K right there. They did lose a lot of players, did a little bit of economic damage, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Look at Davey at the start of the buy. He's got $8,700 over here. Absolutely fine. Already's got enough money to go ahead and pick up an off, so it's going to be a full-on gun round for 3s up, no problem. And Liquid buying up, but not quite fully. Check it out. Hiko's got the FAMAS in hand, loaded up with a full complement of grenades. It's just not an ideal buy. And here's something interesting. On Train, on Update Day, we saw Liquid working nothing but M4A4s, but this time Adren and Fugly switch back to the new M4A1S.
Yeah, that is a good point. That's very interesting. But what is the area doing? He's playing very aggressive with this op coming through the smoke, missing a shot, but he's still there. This is just kind of confusing to me. I don't understand what his mindset is they're trying to put pressure on B site to force a rotation, which they did do. And quickly here, if Kiko can get back and get to mid, he could be able to spot that they are already over there. But I don't think he's going to actually push for this. They're just playing this round slowly, but, you just wish that they knew what we were thinking.
Yeah, Dren's he was in a sneaky position here. Abe's going to peek around the corner. Dren jumps up, gets hit. But Abe's going to go ahead and get get taken down very, very quickly. Adren finally traded out in the site. Jason working on trading in as well. He's going to back up around the corner. Davey goes down, and that leaves us in a Kiko Jason versus Hiko and Fugly. Fugly goes down, and Hiko is hurt.
Yeah, but so's Jason R and Kiko. And this is going to be questionable here. But that flashbang, so critical for 3-Sep. Jason R takes him out. Literally, you breathe onto Kiko or Jason R, and they're going down. Hiko, if he wasn't flashed, I say he has a good chance to do that, but he just had nothing he was able to do. And now they're going to have to save. This is exactly what 3-Sep wanted. They wanted to get 11-8 so they could force them to save again. And now Liquid's going, we're in slight trouble.
Yeah. I mean, that was actually a really good play right there. You're up 2 and 2 versus 1. They had an idea, I think, that Hiko was hurt, and they knew what his approximate position was. And that's the advantage of hanging on to some of your flash grenades, hanging on to some stuff for the late round. Be able to throw that surgical flash grenade, peek the corner, and just take Hiko out very, very quickly. This time around, super slow play. I mean, it almost looks like we just paused right here. Look at this. Jason, Arya, and Kiko wanting to take the bomb towards A site. And I think Davey and Abe are going to try and sell another fake on B. You see Abe working his way back through Dragon Lore to link up with the team. Fugly thinks something's going on. He's going to go ahead and fall back and peek around long. He's just trying to get some sort of intel, playing for sound mostly.
Yeah, Elige, Nitro, like you said, they're playing the drop-down Skyfall area. Fugly, if he gets caught out here, this is going to open up A-side area. He's going to push aggressively with a Tech 9. Comes around.
Oh,
and
no.
He gets caught with a Molotov out. But nonetheless, the trade does happen. So that was a nice. Davey holding this push. Does take out Elige with that MAC-10. And now A-side's been, hit pretty low. But it looks like they're going to rotate back to B and book it. And
Oh,
Davey
this is great.
Yeah, this is a great play.
Davey knows it. Davey heard what was going on. He heard the rotate, and you see him now watching position. He's going to kind of watch towards door and Skyfall, just making sure that nobody can come around the corner. And at this moment, it looks like Liquid is absolutely clueless. They're all watching towards long, watching towards ramp, and now they're figuring it out. They know the bomb's been planted. The question is, do we retake? And it looks like, yeah, they're going to go for it. There's really no need to save.
Yeah, they need to do something here. Nitro does get his head ripped off there, and a Tico and a Dren and a 2v4 in a very unlikely situation. So they are going to try to play for X. It's a Dren in a good spot, actually. So if a Dren does spot these players, Davey could take him out, but the jumping MAC-10, Abe takes out a Dren. That's just, wow. Abe, nice 2K there at the end. But, you kind of feel bad. Adren's like, okay, I'll get this kill with a USP. And then, no, the jumping MAC-10 just put him down so low that he was able to get finished off there.
Yeah, I think it's insane that he wasn't actually finished off by the jumping MAC-10.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good to know that the shots are still not quite accurate when jumping. I mean, because that ruins the game in some respects. Scout.
Well, I'm not going to let you know about my opinion of the jumping scout now, but it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. But nonetheless, here we go. Abe forcing a lot of movement over there on B site, throwing a lot of stuff, flashes, forcing 3 smokes out. And this is interesting because now 3-Sep shifted their whole attention from B to A, and this is interesting, and I think this is the smart way to go about it, as Area is going to come through trying to hold an op here, trying to get some information. They are going to, looks like they're going to do some smoke, executes maybe try to force a fake, I don't know, but, you know, really nice job to keep some of these players on B for 3-Sep, and they're just playing it slow now.
Yeah, Area's setting up for some sort of a smoke on A site, lining it up. Kiko 2. Well, you called that. Here come the smokes. Here comes a flash. Hiko's partially blind.
Oh,
nice op pick by Arya. That's a Dren, but he's going to get quickly peeked by Hiko and taken down. So that's a 1-for-1 trade as the bomb works its way towards B. Look, they sold it, though. There's only Fugly and Leash holding down the site.
Yeah, they got to hurry, though. If they don't hurry, Nitro's going to come through this door screaming with this incendiary. He does get it out there, and Elish takes out 2. He's doing a lot of damage over there, and this is just looking like a travesty. And it does happen. Liquid gets the round. Even barring an incredible play by forcing that rotate to A, they just weren't able to get out fast enough, and the rotation came in, and it did happen. So Liquid gets the round, and a round that they needed.
This is the first round that Liquid has won on CT side. That deserves mentioning. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-round victory streak for 3-Sep. They finally lost 1 round, but they built up such a bank that 3-Sep can buy absolutely no problem. We've seen how good they are on gun rounds, and they're setting up for some sort of a heavy B hit, but look at the presence by Liquid.
Yeah, they're reading into this all day long. They're just bolting out of here, and even trade does happen. Excuse me. And Nitro, Hiko, and Fugly trying to make their way in here, but Hiko and Fugly are taken out. Or excuse me, they take out Davey and Area, so that was a nice nade job there on Plat, and now it's Abe in a 1v3.
Yeah, and Abe's hurt. I think he took some of the damage from the grenade down to 32 health. He's being creeped up on both sides. Hiko on the right, spots him, snaps his gun right on with the M4A4, and the spray down is going to take Abe down. Liquid for the win. That is absolutely huge. Still doesn't quite wreck the economy of 3-Sep. They can force buy if they want to. You're going to see a Tech 9, though, going in a couple of hands. They're going to play it conservative here. They could force buy for sure, but if they do that and lose, that sets them up to a subsequent save round. And I think 3-Sep is thinking, you know, let's just go ahead and do some Tech 9s. We can do a full buy next round and maybe, just maybe, do something on A site because they've learned that Liquid only plays 1 player. That's Hiko. All they got to do is overwhelm them.
Yeah, the problem is that person that plays drop down can get a rotation very quickly. Fugly and Hiko are doing damage, and this round's pretty much over. As I try to talk, it does happen. A nice job there by Liquid containing those players. And when this looked like a 12-8 half in favor of 3-Sep, or excuse me, a 12-8 game in favor of 3-Sep, and now it's 12-11, and they're getting some money. And Liquid's getting quite a bit of money.
I think Liquid actually had a pretty good read of what was going on with 3-Sep. They suspected an eco rush, and as soon as Hiko heard something going on at A site, you saw how quickly that rotation came in, and then they just mopped it up super fast. Now it's going to be another buy round, 12-11, still looking like anybody's game based on how well 3-Sep has been playing.
Yeah, I mean, Elish and Abe, I did have to stop my thought process because Abe going through that was questionable, and he does pay for it. And so now that's going to help give the CTs a lot more information and be able to hear a lot more. And this is not good. 3-Sep looks like they've lost a little bit of the steam that they had earlier, and they're trying to figure out what they can do and reset. But Liquid's playing a lot more aggressive on B because they're trying to eliminate B, and I think that's a good move for them so they can force 3-Sep to try to have to force mid control and force A control. And it's just not working so far. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen, Sabo. I mean, this is going a lot differently than I think you and I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting 3-Sep to get stomped on Cobble, if I'm completely honest. The problem is 3-Sep is in danger of becoming predictable here. It seems like when they lose a player, in almost every case, they end up rotating over towards A site and then choosing to hit A. Liquid, I don't think they've quite caught on to it, but you see Adren suspecting something. He's already moved into position. Not working the off this round. He's got the M4 silence, but he is going to be watching and backing up Hiko, and now the push is underway. They've got a good crossfire set up. Adren looks away at just the right moment, but does blind Arya.
Yeah, but they're getting contention on this A side, but Hiko back here doing a lot of damage, really staying alive, and this is pretty much going to help them win the round, and it does. Hiko held those players there and froze them in time. They were able to rotate in and just rock it. And this puts 3SUP in a situation where they can't buy at all. And they needed that round. That was a gun round they needed, and now they're in trouble.
Well, how the tables have turned on this half. Team Liquid's now in a 4-round victory spree, and 3SUP forced into another save situation. Tech-9ing up. They got Tech-9 armor, no grenades whatsoever. Looks like it's going to be just a train down Skyfall. Fugly gets one. He's got the silenced weapon. He's going to get overrun by the Tech-9s, Rec-9s. And there's another kill right there. This is looking really good. It's 3 versus 4 as the bomb works its way towards A. Hiko backing off into the sneaky corner.
Yeah, playing this in a very interesting fashion here. 3SUP needs this round, and they know it. Abe, if he could spot Elige, it would open this up and make this so much easier. But he's going to have to do it, and he does. Oh. He does do it with the M4A1 that was nerfed in a lot of ways. A Nitro left in a 1v4. He could do this, but it's not looking likely with 6 HP. Nonetheless, he's doing some crowd control. And he does get taken out by Davey going behind him. 3SUP gets a huge round. I mean, I didn't think that they were even going to have a chance at that round just on paper. But then again, guys, isn't that why we love Counter-Strike? Because stuff like that happens.
Totally unpredictable right there. I mean, it's just a Tech-9 rush down Skyfall. No flashes, no nothing to support your team. And they're able to get those 2 kills right away, flood into the A site. You saw the quick pick on Hiko. That was critical, which led to the downfall of A. And now 3SUP in such a solid position. It's going to be another full gun round and a B rush.
Oh, no, and they're just walking in and getting rocked. They are in shambles here as that rush just turned into nothing. A lot of nades being expended by Liquid, but I think the damage is done. Area and Abe have really no health to work with. Obviously, Area does have an op, but nonetheless, I mean, this is a great round by Liquid to respond to that issue that they had there. Fugly's going to take out Kiko, and this just puts Abe and Area in a situation. Oh, Area shot through the wall there, saw his head, and did get him, so a nice job. They got some work to do. It's possible. Oh, I just wish that Area would shoot through this box right now, but obviously he doesn't know he's there. If Elige gives him a scent, Area will shoot.
Yeah, you look at them just staring at each other through this box. Arya peeking, checking every single little corner. The tension is mounting. Abe hanging back with the bomb.
Oh, no.
Oh, now they know. Elige doesn't push.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a moment in time.
Oh, what? Oh, Abe got scared in the corner.
My goodness.
Enemy down, says Hiko.
Says enemy down. A moment in time that was captured by Elige ends up being a travesty. Oh, my goodness, Abe. But he does get 2 more. So nice job there, but oh, my.
He doesn't like you. I don't like you either.
I don't. I'm speechless right now. I don't know.
I just Abe. Just okay. In all fairness, that round was probably going to go toward Liquid anyway, so it's not like it mattered that much. But I mean, come on, Abe is sitting way the heck back. He should know where his teammate is, but the tension is just like he's got the trigger finger just itching to go and blast his teammate. Come on, they still thankfully have enough money to put together another proper buy. You got it off in Aria's hands. They've got a shot. They've got a chance at B.
They got a chance. They're going aggressive. Keiko doesn't see where Elige is, and Elige, although he was playing mind games with everybody last round, is playing a little bit more up front, and it looks like 3SUP is going to lose this round, barring some incredible play by Davey and Skyfall.
That's the Elige show, ladies and gentlemen. 3K at B Plat, going to isolate Davey all alone, gets peeked by Nitro, doing the reverse entry. Peekaboo ICU takes a shot, and that's going to be another point, bringing 3SUP down by 1 point. 14-13. Look at the economy of 3SUP, completely wrecked at this point. The question is, what are we going to do? They're going to go with P250s, 1 Tech-9. You see Davey with 1 smoke grenade. Hopefully they have some preset strategy. I'm going to smoke this. I'm going to do something. Otherwise, all they can hope for is to play for the tie and the overtime, which is entirely possible except for Adren.
Adren's got a dream, and he does get two. He wants more. He's going for more, guys. Look at him, just playing that position, playing it smart. They know what's going on now. Nitro's in position with everybody else. Nitro with two, and Fugly finishes it off. So a 2-2-1 setup there works out for him. Nice job. And they do get in there and get the job done. And Area requested a pause, so they do get the pause. And, you know, I want to step back to that TK. You know, maybe, I don't know. I mean, there's not enough TKs in CEVO for us to have TK of the week or TK of the month. But I think that would be nominated as probably one of the top, like the funniest TKs I've seen in a while. I mean, that was just hilarious. But nonetheless, we do step back into the game here. Obviously, it's pause, but 3-Sup, you know, looking really good 12-8, and then Liquid just has won the past 7 of 8 rounds, and they're looking really strong to finish this out right now. Even if they lose this round, they've got enough money to buy the next round. And 3-Sup's in a lot of trouble here.
Well, you know, while we're on this timeout, I'm guessing this is tactical timeout. 3-Sup trying to figure out exactly what they need to do. I have to point out how well Kiko did. That's 3-Sup, Kiko with a K on CT side. But he hasn't represented too well ever since then. He's actually sitting at the bottom of the leaderboards with a 9, 3, and 23. So clearly he's got to step up a little bit for 3-Sup. Jason R is going to get taken out quickly by Adren with that quick pick. And that really sets Liquid up for a lot of momentum towards winning on Cobble.
Yeah, that was a really nice job there by Adren to get that aggressive positioning and then fall back as these Ts are trying to work their way through mid, but they got the number disadvantage here. And the other problem for that is that, they just got area to fire that op, so now they know that the op's on mid. And so Adren, if he can spot this player peeking, which obviously Adren's going to have the advantage if he plays this smartly. And all the Ts are over there at mid, and 3-Sup's looking like they're going to do an A-hit, Sabo.
Yeah, Fugly's already starting to rotate into position. At least he's in a quick rotate position. Adren watching the corner with the off, just waiting on the body of David to come peeking around the corner. Takes the shot, quickly dropping fire. He is going to get picked off by Abe, and now Kiko comes walking into the site. They could have some entry on site. Arya misses the first op shot. That's what a Tech-9's for, though. Switches to it, takes it down. Site player is going to be taken down as well. That leaves Elige all alone in a 1v1 clutch situation. Alex, can he do it?
Yes, he can, and there it is, the map. 16-13. Liquid takes it over, wins 8 of 9,
wow,
and closes it out. I didn't see this happening, but they do get it done. I predicted Liquid to win, but I didn't expect it would be that close, and I didn't expect it to come down to that, but it does.
Yeah.
And Hiko, 2 kills on site. Didn't see him, but they were nice kills. Really important for him to get done. And Area 27-4-19 for 3-Sup. Adren top of the leaderboards with 28 and 18. You know, the kills actually for Liquid, if you look at their kills, I mean, their top fragger is at the bottom of the leaderboard. So, and that's Hiko. So, I mean,
yeah.
Then again, I mean, just some really interesting stuff there by Liquid to close that out as they looked like they were in some serious trouble. But give a lot of props for 3-Sup of getting up early, and then when they switched, getting that pistol round and then putting some rounds on them. This has got to be devastating for 3-Sup, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that devastating, right? I mean, they just went on Cobble, a map that Liquid is known to be good at, and they took them 16-13, so close, right up to the point. They were within inches of taking it to a tie right there. In fact, you saw Elige in that very last play. It could have been anybody's game, but he had the comms of where the last player was, and he was watching the shadow. I don't know if you guys saw that on camera. I mean, he saw that shadow, and that sealed the deal at the very end in that final 1v1. Brilliant play. It's nice to see Adren doing so well. 28 and 18, he had a plus-minus, a +2. That's kind of been the issue for Adren, right? Like, he's been so focused on the in-game leadership, he's kind of towards the bottom of the board. You know, much like Sean Garris, like we talked about, a lot of in-game leaders sitting towards the bottom. They've been focusing on trying to have him delegate authority to other players and freeing up his mind to focus on not only in-game leadership, but also on playing his role as an AWPer. And indeed, I mean, he's back. He's doing really good over there. Kind of scary that the game came that close for Liquid, but hey, 16-13. Next up is, of course, going to be Train. Oh, there's no train. I'm being told that there's actually going to be no train. The next match is going to be the Casalis, former Mortality Esports, versus Method Game, and that's due to time constraints for another matchup for Threes Up. So, Alex, I think at this time we might want to jump into our MSI MVP of the week from Europe. Who is it?
Well, from Europe, that's Nico from Mouse Sports, and obviously, you know, he's all about that Mirage play recently. I mean, he's been playing phenomenal. I mean, 9 2Ks, 1 3K, and a plus or minus of plus 13 versus Penna. Solid A defense. I mean, Sabo,
Yeah.
what did you see out of this young man that was just so tantalizing?
Well, I mean, he just played really well against Penta Esports on Ace Site Mirage, especially. We saw him, like you said, he got nine separate 2Ks throughout the entirety of Mirage. He also did really well on the second map, but Mirage is where he was absolutely on fire. He scored 1 3K as well. It was a sick 3K. He's sitting at the back of triple. The T start pushing him, and he ends up taking who was it? It was Tazen and Speedy instantly in a double. It wasn't. I don't think it was actually a collateral, but it was a double spray down 2K, and then Tazen comes peeking around the corner, trying to make his way towards Firebox, and then he takes him down before finally getting shut down, single-handedly holding down the A site. And for that reason, we're naming Nico from Mouse Sports our European MSI MVP of the week. You see his stats right here on the board. Efficacy is absolutely through the roof. ADR is on fire with a 103.4. If you're curious about our North American MSI MVP of the week, stay tuned. We'll get to that right after the first map in the Method versus former Mortality Esports Team Casalis. Another orgless, homeless, sponsorless name team. A lot of sponsor dropping and switching going on this season.
Yeah, it is interesting. It really is interesting. But, you know, a lot of props to Nico getting that spot. I think it's well deserved. You know, for him to play so well this week is really helped them out. Obviously, they're a good team in EU, especially in a good team around the world. So I'm really happy to see Nico, you know, really holding his own and doing Mouse Sports justice in the way that I think that he's capable and is doing right now. So, Sabo, you got anything else for us here as we're going to be switching over to this other matchup here in a bit?
Well, no, I think what we'll do is we're going to cut to a quick break over here while we set up for the next game and the next Alpha Draft pregame show between Casalis and Team Method. Actually, should be a pretty close game. I'll pull up the CSGO Lounge odds for you shortly, too. I'm curious what you, the community, are thinking is going to happen over here. I'm thinking that you're going to be favoring Method, but I think based on their performance earlier, it could be a closer matchup than any of us realize. Stay tuned for that. We're cutting to a quick break. Thanks for watching.